Greetings, viewers. Welcome to Righteous Academy. I welcome you all to this tutorial video for civic education. So we have decided to include some options, like for example, here we have civic education and commerce. We're also looking forward to add principles of accounts and RE. So for now, we have only included civic education and commerce. So civic education, So civic education, what we need to understand, first of all, is the definition for civic education. So civic education is the study of the social, cultural, political environment. The social, cultural, political environment. So in civic education, we start by learning about the Constitution. The Constitution. So the Constitution, we have to understand what is the Constitution. So when we are asked what is a Constitution, we have to know the definition. So the Constitution is a system of laws, principles, and customs by which a country is governed. A Constitution is a system of laws and laws, principles and customs by which a country is governed. So a constitution is a system of laws, principles, and customs by which a country is governed. So customs, these are accepted behaviors people portray. Then principles, these are guiding principles. For example, you have to have respect for elders. Then you also have hospitality. Those are things that we refer to as principles. Then here we have laws. Laws, these are the do's and the don'ts. So laws guides the behavior portrayed by people, because laws were saying these are the do's and the don'ts. So laws determine the actions of which one must portray, or the actions of which one should never portray. No wonder we have someone breaking the law, meaning he has done what the laws condemn. So after now knowing the Constitution, we also have the act of abiding to the Constitution, the act of following the Constitution. So when one is following the Constitution, meaning is following the laws, following the principles, and following the customs. So when one is following all of these, which are defining a constitution, it is what we refer to as constitutionalism. So constitutionalism. So constitutionalism is an act of abiding to the Constitution. So the act of following the Constitution, it is what we refer to as constitutionalism. So after knowing these two terms, we have to move on now to the types of constitution. So we have types of constitutions. Types of constitutions. Number one, we have written constitution. Then second, we have unwritten constitution. written constitution and unwritten constitution. So when we say written constitution, it doesn't mean about writing, getting a pen and writing somewhere. No. When we say written constitution, it means we are referring towards the same rules, the same principles, and the same customs being contained in one single official document. It is what we are referring to as a written constitution. So written constitution is a type of constitution, a type of constitution in which the laws, principles, and customs are documented in one single official document. So here we have only one single official document containing laws, principles, and customs by which a country is governed. So that is what we are calling written constitution. So written constitution, they are contained in one single official document. So we move on now to unwritten constitution. So what is unwritten constitution? So unwritten constitution, we have to understand it also. So unwritten constitution is a type of a constitution, in which the laws, principles, and customs are not documented in one single official document, but are found in a collection of documents, meaning the laws, the principles, the customs are found in different documents. So here it is a type of constitution where the principles, customs, and laws are found in a collection of documents, meaning different documents. So here we have many documents containing the laws, principles, and customs governing a country. So from the types of constitution, the first one being written constitution. Written constitution has two forms, and unwritten constitution has two forms. So meaning written constitution can either be rigid or flexible. When unwritten constitution can also be rigid, or flexible. So here we have forms of a constitution. Forms of a constitution. On forms of a constitution, if you don't want to confuse yourself, you have to understand the meaning of rigid. Rigid means hard to change. It is not easy to change. It is the same as saying hard to change. Changing the laws, the principles, the customs. It is not easy when the constitution is rigid. So written constitution can either be rigid or flexible. So when written constitution or when unwritten constitution is rigid, meaning the constitution is hard to change. It is not easy to change. So is a constitution that is not easy to change. Not easy to change. Then second, we have a flexible. So flexible meaning it is easy. No wonder we are referring to it as flexible. So flexible meaning it is easy to change. So flexible means it is easy to change. So flexible is a constitution that is easy to change. I'm using the simplest terms in explaining because I want you to understand. I want you to understand and share the video. Then, if you have reached this far without subscribing, please subscribe and comment, share your suggestions, share the video. Your friends also need to have a touch of this. So, on forms of a constitution, we have rigid and flexible constitution, meaning a written constitution can either be rigid or flexible. Then, an unwritten constitution can either be rigid or flexible. Then, from the types and forms of a constitution, we also have to move on to now the importance of a constitution. One has to know the importance of a constitution. Importance of a constitution. So on the importance of a constitution protects human rights. So a constitution protects human rights because it contains the laws which guides the behavioral pattern of people. Then second, promotes and protects rule of law. I hope you know the meaning of rule of law. So rule of law only states that no one is above the law, including the president. Then, so number one, we have protect human rights. Second, promotes and protect rule of law. Then third, we have promotes democracy. Promotes democracy or promotes good governance. So democracy is the same as good governance. Then from the importance, we also have what we refer to as the characteristics. You have to know the characteristics because these questions comes in an exam. The characteristics of a constitution. So the characteristics of a constitution, number one, the constitution must be clear. The constitution must be clear in terms of the language in which it is written. The language must be easy to understand. That is what we mean when we say the constitution must be clear. Then second, the constitution must neither be too flexible nor too rigid. The constitution must neither be too flexible nor too rigid. Then the constitution, the third characteristic, must be able to cater for the people's interest, because the constitution, it governs people. So people's interest, it must be able to cater for them. Then fourth, we have the constitution. A constitution must be number one, we have written a constitution must be clear, neither be too rigid nor too flexible. Then fourth, we are saying a constitution. So we have fourth, we have the Constitution must be able to respond to the social, cultural, and economic needs of society. So all these are the characteristics of a constitution. So this is the first topic we have in civic education. So I hope you have understood and I hope you have learned something new. So here I'm done teaching this topic. So now what is only left is we have to begin solving questions. We have to begin solving questions that came on this same topic, which is the Constitution. So we are now going to begin solving questions. So this was a tutorial video for a full lesson on a topic known as the Constitution. So as always, share the video. Don't forget to subscribe and comment. Leave your suggestions. We need your suggestions. We need your suggestions. We need your suggestions. Don't forget to subscribe. And I hope all the best for you.
This is Righteous Academy, where we explain in simpler terms. Righteous Academy, got you covered, no worries, we are here.